What's going down, everybody? It's your boy Gensu. We are live right now, and real quick, Hunter, hey, man, come here, okay? And you just grab me a shot glass and one of those beers out of there, and we're gonna get this thing started. Okay, how's my audio out there? How's my audio? If it's too low, I gotta turn them up a little bit. Anyway, what's going down, guys? We are here. We are live, and today is gonna be a good day today. Hey, Dreadlord. Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing? It's gonna be a little different podcast today. I am subscribed to a channel called Street Beefs, and on Street Beefs, you guys, excuse me, they do a lot of backyard fights and stuff. It's very very controlled stuff. You know what I'm saying? I guess they started out when when people had beef. They go back into the yard. It started in Virginia. They go back, handle their differences. Well, anyway, I've been subscribed to them for a couple of years. I guess they've been doing it for over 10 years. The guy who runs into Virginia. So I'm from Washington State. They just opened a branch out here in Washington State, out in Gig Harbor. So the guy who's running that, I'm gonna have him on my podcast today in about 15 minutes. Wait a minute. Here we go. You guys, we'll go ahead and switch over to screens real quick. I'm gonna get him up in here, and we're gonna get this thing going. How's that sound? I guess we're starting. I guess we're. There's the man. Hey, how's it going? Hey, FireChicken, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Check your let's see here. It says it's connecting to. You're starting to connect to your audio. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Nope, no, can't hear you. There should be a button down there where your microphone is in the bottom left corner. We're gonna get this thing together, guys. We having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna make this thing work today. It's gonna work. Let me see here. One of my guys says my audio's a little quiet, so I'm gonna try to turn myself up a little bit. Let's go to my mic source, man. Let's turn me up just a tad. There we go. Let me see here. Having trouble hearing anything, working on it. Okay, yeah, we're here. We got time, man. We're here. Well, while you're working on that, let me plug some stuff up here because we can always do it on the phone too. So give me a quick second. Sorry, guys. We thought we had everything under control here. Nothing ever works right, you know. So let's see here. Okay, there's that there. Let me see here. Let me see here. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, guys, send them a little message here. We're gonna figure this thing out today, man. That is what we are gonna do. Let me see here. We're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get it working, everybody. Glad you guys hopped in for me today. You know, give me a quick second, guys. Yeah, Flash.
What's up, man? Hey, you doing the podcast right now or what?
I'm on the podcast right now. My guest is having troubles with his audio. I think we're gonna have to just do a phone call. You know, so give me a second. If I can get him on here talking, you know, I can always call you and have you in here too.
Okay, well, because I'm with my family right now, probably getting some food.
Okay, all right,
After that, I'm actually going to get my list and then come there.
all right, most definitely.
Man.
All right, man. So we're gonna figure this thing out, you guys. Right now, let me see here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my guy's audio. Let's see here. No, we don't want to. We don't want to be there. We don't want to be on that there. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna set this up for you, FireChicken, so we can get you on. We can get you in here on the phone. Give me a quick second here, man. Let's figure this out here. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I had to mute that real quick. Let's see what we got going on. Hey,
Now,
you can hear me now?
I hear you now.
I hear you loud and clear. Okay. Well, look at. Well, there we go. There we go. I don't know if it was missing out or what. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay.
It was on my end.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, me and my wife, she's my tech support man, and it's been stressful this week to try to make sure this thing runs great. The Zoom video looks good. She's watching it on another phone. I need her to bring herself back in here because she needs to throw the link on Facebook and all that so people can try and catch it. But how you doing though, FireChicken? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Just enjoying my day. It's beautiful out, and
yeah. Well, before we get started, I gotta ask you this question, okay? September, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Who you got?
Yeah. So I think it got pushed back. Actually, I think it's might be November now.
Might be November.
Yeah, but still. So I'm a big Roy Jones Jr. fan.
Okay.
I'm also a big Mike Tyson fan.
Exactly.
Now, the way I look at it is, Mike Tyson, natural heavyweight.
Natural, yes.
Roy Jones, no.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give it to Mike, but if it goes on in the later rounds, I could see Roy Jones taking it.
You think Roy still has that speed, though? I've been watching both videos, and Roy looks nice.
Yeah.
He looked a lot better than Holyfield. I didn't like Holyfield's videos. Holyfield looked like the age took a toll on him. But
Yeah.
Roy looks real good right now.
He does.
Yeah.
And if he can survive the onslaught early, I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go with Mike.
Yeah. I think Mike's got it in the bag.
He looks really good.
Yeah. For 54.
54.
54, looking amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus. So let's get into it, man. So I've been doing this this YouTube thing for some years. I wasn't really into it until about a year or two ago. I had a dojo, so I was doing it just to put the kids out there, show like the way I was teaching Taekwondo and all that. And so they started doing the YouTube thing, and the fights. It was hard to figure out what my niche was gonna be. So I'm always good at fights and stuff. So watch the fights. So that's good. And my wife was like, "Hey, why don't you do a podcast?" And I was on it. You know, and you're like my first actual real deal guest. So hopefully we can work together. We can get some more fighters on here, man, and interview these guys. You know, see what their day-to-day life is.
Yeah, I can hook you up with fighters too. You know, we're going to be doing our event coming up, so there's definitely going to be people that want to get their exposure out there.
Of course. So let me know something about your martial arts background. I seen the video you put on YouTube. Okay, you pretty much answered all the questions I was going to ask. You know.
But there's a lot more to it than that.
Okay.
I just didn't want to cut it a little short on the video because, you know, trying to save time.
Okay.
Starting back all the way when I was a kid, you know, I got picked on and stuff like a lot of people that are into martial arts are.
Yeah.
You know? And so I grew up, I played around with boxing a little bit, but it was more like my dad showing me some stuff and working with my brother.
Okay.
No formal training. And probably I think I was about 20 years old. I was walking by a martial arts place, Twin Dragons.
Okay.
And I saw what they were doing in there. And I just was with my current wife now, or my wife. And I said, hey, let's go in there and see what they're all about. And I watched for a bit, and the instructor came up to me, and I was hooked. You know, I got into it, and I dedicated a lot of time to it for a lot of years.
Okay. Now, Twin Dragons, is that like pure MMA or jiu-jitsu, what?
No, it's its own martial arts style. So it's called Ko-Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
And it basically encompasses a lot of different martial arts into it.
Okay.
Ground fighting, like small joint manipulation, some judo stuff.
Hold on real quick for me. I need you to put the link on Facebook.
I already put my regular.
Well, here, take this. Oh, well, try to go on to StreetBeefs Scrapyard and just, try to post it on there if you can. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Huh?
Do I have to be a member?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Okay, all right. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, so anyway, yeah, I trained with them for a while, for quite a while, and they had guys that were in there that were doing MMA.
Okay.
And when I saw that, I really got hooked. The ground fighting stuff really caught my attention. And so I cornered a couple guys in their fights, and I made the decision, I'm like, I want to do an MMA match.
Okay.
And I don't know what year it was, maybe like 08. Yeah, probably about 2008. I went out to Tacoma to some place called the Juno Club.
Okay.
And stayed in, and then jumped in the cage with some guy from, I think it was like one of Dennis Hallman's guys. And it was not a very exciting match, but I did win it with a guillotine choke in the second round. And I had a couple more fights after that.
Okay.
You know, probably about like once a year. And I went 3-1. I did some grappling matches. After that, I got a job out in Bremerton with the Navy, and so training kind of took a nosedive. I was still really into it. I watched it, and I got together with friends the best I could, but you know, life takes precedence over training.
Of course.
I did eventually get into martial arts jiu-jitsu gym in Gig Harbor, and they worked with me. But the real catalyst that really got me sparked back into wanting to do this stuff again One was Street Beefs.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Street Beefs is the catalyst. That is what got me interested in fighting. And I would watch all the videos online. This is probably back in 2014. I started watching the videos. And around 2016, I joined their 15 or 16. I joined their Facebook group when it was still really small.
Okay.
And I found a boxing coach at work, and he saw me hitting the bag, and he goes, "You want me to help you with that?" And I was like, thinking I knew a lot, you know. I said, "Yeah, sure." And he started working with me, and it exposed what I really didn't know. And I realized my hands weren't what they could be.
Yeah.
And he taught me so much. We worked exclusively, just me and him, me and another guy, no more than 2 other people at a time, for years, until I finally got sent to Virginia on a work trip. And I realized, like, man, I'm so close. I could just shoot on over there. I got a hold of Scarface.
Okay.
3.5 hours over Harrisonburg, and I sparred with him, Iraqi Assassin, and Big Ben for, I think it was like 2 hours in the rain.
Yeah.
And he did a little interview with me, which is, I've got it on my YouTube.
Yeah, I seen that too. And I know the Iraqi just won a title too, didn't he?
Oh yeah, with that.
Jeez. Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but the guy he was fighting wasn't ready for those kicks. He was so focused on those low kicks, and when he went up high, it was textbook knockout.
Yes.
Yeah, and you could tell the experience was way different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the experience level was very different.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyway, I was out there and I trained with them, and then Scarface said, "Hey, next weekend we're doing fights." So I go, "Oh man, I'm there." And next weekend rolls around, and I jump in my car, I drive 3.5 hours back over there. I show up to Scarface's house, and I get out, and there's guys with Street Beef shirts on, and they show me where to park, and I walk over there, they weigh me in, and they do the paperwork and everything. And they kind of just match you up based on your experience level and your weight. And
Okay.
hey, who's boxing, who's doing kickboxing or MMA. And there was a guy there that had a fight previously named Deadpool, and he had a nice head kick knockout. You should look up Deadpool's first fight in Street Beefs.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Really nice head kick knockout. And Scarface said, "Hey, you want to do a boxing match?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm down." So I went against him for my first boxing match. I think that was November 2018. And spoiler alert, yeah, I ended up with a KO in the first round. And then a month later, he did another show, and I showed up to that one, and I fought a guy that was also 1-0. His name was Steady Eddie, and he was more like a Street Fighter brawler type.
Okay.
He came in aggressive, throwing punches at me, and I want to say I was more calm in this fight, a lot more calm.
Yeah.
I would roll under punches, and when I'd see the punch going in that direction, I'd go with it. So he'd go like into the ropes and stuff, and I had a lot of fun. I got a KO in the third round of that fight.
Okay. So was you a little intimidated when you got there to Virginia? Because I mean, Street Beefs is huge. Like those dudes are. I mean, was there a lot of people there?
I'd say there weren't a ton of people. You know, back in 2018, it wasn't as big as it is now. Now they got the cage and you can see the crowds of people around the cage.
Yeah.
And there weren't as many people. It was mainly just fighters and corner people.
Okay.
But no, they treated me really well. Everybody was friendly. I got pictures with the Vandals and Ref Rob and Bang Time, all those guys.
Okay.
And no feeling of intimidation or anything like that. I was also really confident in my abilities because my trainer, Potter, man, he put the work in on me, on training me, and made sure I was ready for this.
Okay. Yeah, because I started watching Street Beefs a couple of years back with a couple of fighters. I don't want to say names, but they're not part of the organization anymore. You know,
Gotcha.
so and then some of them, like one of them that left, I was a fan, and then when I was starting to hear what was going on, kind of deterred me away from that. Because, I'm not about none of that. So, it was pretty cool. I did a little jiu-jitsu, not a lot. I'm very I've been doing Taekwondo my whole life. I started out doing like ITF style Taekwondo back when I was like 8 or 9, and I did jujitsu a couple years ago, and it was so awkward for me. Like it was very because it's like you're playing, it's like math. You're playing chess. There's equations to it. We was rolling with this guy Roy Dean, world famous Roy Dean, and it was so hard to transition into that. And if I would have known how well you needed that with fighting like that and wrestling, I would have took that up a long time ago. Would have been very, very easy for me to do a long time ago. Especially in high school, I would have been a wrestler. But yeah, I've been doing Taekwondo for so long. I was always into Kung Fu. So I started out I went to, my mom took me to this karate place at some community center. My dad was out of town, and my dad came back, seen the guy, and he took me to an old Vietnam friend he knows, and he had his own ITF Taekwondo gym. And it was, back then in the 90s, it was very different. It was like, okay, you're going to train for a week, you're going to fight this green belt. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And he's like, yeah, you're going to fight this green belt. And I'm like 9, 10, and I'm getting worn out by this guy on my first week, and they were like, let's see if he comes back. And I came back, I kept doing it. But I've always been into Kung Fu. So I tried doing Kung Fu, and then when I tried to apply it, because I used to get into a lot of fights when I was younger. Well, I grew up in a bad neighborhood in Seattle. So I used to get a lot of fights, and I went to a private school. So, like you said, you get picked on. You know, they think I'm a kid with money. I'm like, dude, we live in the same block. My dad's got 2 jobs. My mom's working 3. Like, she's paying for me and my sisters to go to private school. So, but as I was trying to use some of this stuff in a real situation, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It just, you know, and I hate to say it, and I'll tell any Kung Fu master, like, look, dude, the applications you're trying to bestow upon people, they don't work.
Yeah.
You know, and they get mad, and I have to explain to them, like, look, I did it. I've taken Wing Chun. I did Snake Fist. I did Hung Gar. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't work out. Wing Chun a little different. You can take bits and pieces out of that, especially with, like, your defense, but it's like I sparred these guys, and, you know, I'm on the unlevel playing field because I'm at their dojo, so I'm going by their rules, and I'm sparring with these guys, and I'm like, how are you this 15-year practitioner, and I've been fighting for 3 or 4 years. I'm like 15, 16, and I'm sitting here whooping on you, man. Like, it shouldn't go that way, you know? Yeah. Even with a lot of Taekwondo schools, man, out, especially in Washington, there's a lot of schools who will just give you a belt because they're all about money. Yeah. They're really about money. But then these guys have other schools on the side where they train the real deal guys. And it's kind of like, it's a little messed up, but then again, it's not, because it's all about who wants to take what, you know? Yeah, because when I ran my dojo, it was, I never had problems with the parent. I never had problems with the students. I had problems with the parents. Parents were a trip, you know? Parents are, well, why isn't my kid testing? Why is my kid doing this? And I hate to say it, when your kid's not ready, I'm not going to give him a belt, and he give him this false hope, and then he gets into it somewhere, and he gets hurt. And I'm going to feel bad about myself if that happens. You know? And I can teach you how to do Olympic-style Taekwondo. And I can teach you how to use Taekwondo when you're in a real fight, you know? I'm not going to be doing spinning roundhouses if I'm in a real fight. I might not even throw a spinning hook kick. I might throw a front snap, roundhouse, maybe a back kick. That's about it. But, you know, they have to, when they're dealing with these suburban kids, they think that it's all, you know, well, I can get this and get a belt. No, it's not. It's not about that, because there's people who have no training at all, who are just naturally gifted, can hurt you. You know, if you've never been in that situation where you got the blood pumping, and, you know, somebody's really trying to really hurt you, then you got that fight or flight, you know. And it's that's why I try to tell these kids, like, you know, one day you might get challenged. Hopefully, you know, you don't ever get into a fight. You know, we all pray none of our kids get into fights, you know. Yeah. But if it does happen, at least you'll be ready, and you're not afraid to see what's going to go on. Yeah. You know, so. Yeah. But, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. It's funny, you mentioned you went to private school.
Yeah.
I did like 9 years of private school also. Maybe that's why I got picked on as a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
private school's expensive, man. You know, and then people think, oh, well, you've got money. I'm like, dude, my mom's barely home. Pops is making sure that, hey, you guys got food? Yeah, you tells my sister, you cooking? Okay, I'm out of here. I got to go to my next job. And that's, that's what they did, And I was a little kid back then. I was maybe like $1.25, $1.30 wet. I got married, got fat. But, it happens.
It happens.
I was a $1.30, $1.35, but I could hit really hard at my, as small as I was, I was surprised at how hard I could hit, but, it's, if you become a victim, they'll treat you like a victim, man. Guys they will treat you like shit, and it's just the nature of some people. And sometimes you gotta bust somebody in their fucking head for them to understand that, like, quit messing with me,
You want to hear my first experience with that?
Yeah.
When I would probably say like 9 years old. Like I said, I had kids around my neighborhood and stuff. They'd pick on me, throw rocks at me, that kind of stuff. And I was with my brother one time, and we were riding bikes, and this neighbor kid was with I think it was his cousin or something, and they were following us, and they followed us down this gravel road. We get to the end of this gravel road, and there's this water washed away the road, and these two kids come up behind us on bikes, and they get off their bikes, and one of them, they backed us into the water, towards the water, and one of them had a pellet pistol. I mean, it looked like it was just a gun to me.
Yeah.
And this other one starts walking toward me, and I just right in the nose.
Yeah.
That was my dad's best advice. Said anytime you hit somebody in the nose, because then they'll tear up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As soon as I hit that kid in the nose, starts gushing out blood. The other kid drops that pellet pistol, takes off running, and then from then on, I never ever had a problem with those kids or the other neighbor kids, because I could stand up to them. It was easy to do now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wasn't afraid of it.
Oh yeah. They end up being your best friends too.
Yeah.
It's weird. Was your dad military by any chance?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, my pops grew up in down. My mom and dad's from New Orleans. I'm from Seattle. I'm a city boy, born and raised, man. So they grew up in the South, and my dad was in the Navy, and he did 2 tours in Nam. So he made sure, like, because he was gone a lot, especially when he was working. So he made sure, like, look, I need you to do this, and, my ethics about life's a little different, but fighting's always been, it's always been my thing,
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was in shape back then, and what I know back then, what I know now, it'd be a lot better, I do a little bit of sparring with my wife's cousin. He's one of my co-hosts. He was supposed to be here, but he went to Minneapolis to go train with one of his Marine buddies and stuff. And I got another fighter, his best friend. I think they're going to sign up to come down there and check you out on the 29th.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm trying to come and shake some hands, meet some friends, get these guys on the podcast. I'm trying to get these guys on here because people need to see. I mean, even though that they're not famous and they don't have a lot of following, people should still be able to see what these guys go through, what they do, what their training is like, how hard they do this stuff, how hard they want to get better, and how it affects them in day-to-day life.
Yeah. One major benefit to the backyard scene is, and this is in contrast to sanctioned fighting. Sanctioned fighting, you might be an amateur or even pro level. You'll go and you'll do a match, and you might have, 20 to, thousands of people see your fight. But you go and you fight for Street Beefs.
Yeah.
You have a good match. You could have potentially up to, I think some of the videos are up to like 20 million.
Yeah. Crazy.
So the exposure of these backyard fights is just crazy.
It is. And YouTube is a huge thing right now, man. Especially with the way that this pandemic is going right now, everybody's on the computer. They need something to do. And YouTube it's a good platform to be on, Like when I first started this, I was watching a bunch of street fight videos, lots of street fight videos, and I was like, this is what this guy's doing wrong, and this is what this guy's doing wrong, and like, oh, this guy's he has natural power, but if somebody taught him how to pivot right or do the right thing, he could be a winner in the gym, So. And then it's all about, they don't like the ones where you got these bullies who try to bully these kids who really know how to fight.
Yeah.
And then it's so shocking to them when they're getting beat up by some scrawny kid. But this kid really can fight, and you can tell you did it long enough to where you can look at a fighter against somebody who doesn't know how to fight. You can tell by the stance before they even throw the first punch, there's about to be a problem. You know, you can see that. Oh, this guy's about to have problems, right?
That's like my favorite thing to do on Street Beefs is I pull up a video, and in the first 15 seconds, I can usually tell how the match is going to go.
Yeah.
On how these guys are standing, and maybe after the first punch or two, if they're bringing their hands back. But that's 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna because I did some MMA at this place called the Ring Demon down here in Auburn, and really good gym down there. So I'm going back and do some more training with them. My wife's cousin, he trained with Matt Hume out at AMC. He trained, he trained out there, and it was really a very nice place for him to be at. But Matt Hume, he's a very busy guy. He's got things he's got to do, and he's got Mighty Mouse too. So those guys are making moves, okay. And I was kind of telling them, like, you've been at this gym for 3 or 4 years, and he's like, and I'm asking, why haven't you got a fight yet? He said, well, they have a smoker once every couple of months. And I was like, dude, the gym I'm at your, because, I'm heavy. So I don't want, I'm like 230. I don't want to fight as a heavyweight. I'm too short, I'm like, dude, you weigh 145 pounds. There's fighters all day long at that weight that are fighting.
Yeah.
In the gym I'm at, like, they're fighting every day. Like, they got guys from other gyms that's coming in working with these guys because there's too many at that weight class that they can get a lot of work in without anybody getting hurt, Yeah. And so I kept asking him, I was like, dude, why aren't you getting these fights? And he said, well, they're not. I'm asking him, they're letting him. I said, well, dude, I don't think they really like you like that. I mean, they're taking your money, they're training you, but like when Matt Hume is there, you guys are getting that real good work in, but he's never there. You got these other guys who you're asking to help you out. They're not trying to help you, man. And it's sad because it's like, dude, you have the potential to go places, but you're at a place where they're keeping you held back.
Yeah. It's tough. When you get into bigger schools and they have so many people training at the same time,
yeah,
really hard to get that one-on-one, like you're really getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Back to what I said about my coach, it was me and him, and every day I would go in. So maybe I trained for a few years of boxing, but I mean, how's that compared to a guy that went to a huge boxing gym that trained for the same amount of time, but he was in a group of 30 people,
Yeah.
One-on-one, where your coach can look at everything that you do and correct it. I mean, it's worth so much.
It is, man. It really is, and it's hard. Like, for me, I was teaching so much that I was, in a way, I was getting tired of teaching because I wanted to be a student. I want to learn too. As a martial arts, you never stop growing. You never stop learning. And there was times where it's like I went to a seminar, a martial arts seminar it was like for a weekend or whatever, and I got this grandmaster there, and he's asking me to help other people do this stuff, and I'm kind of like, bro, I'm here to learn. I don't want to teach them. Like, I hate to say it like that. I don't want to teach them. I want to learn from you. You have like all this experience. I asked him, I said, man, am I doing this back kick right? He said, it's like 30 variations of a back kick. I'm like, well, I only know 2. It's like, but you're telling me to help this guy with this round. I'm like, come on, man. Like, it's hard to really explain it because, like you said, when you get that one-on-one and when somebody's really fine-tuning you, you're getting all the benefits.
Yeah.
And then when you go into these big gyms, like you said, people have favorites, man.
Yeah.
They have their eyes on certain people that they only want to work with, and then you're sharing luck unless you go up there and start trying to knock people out. Either you're going to get kicked out the gym, or they're going to have a talking to you, or they're going to be, okay, this guy's got something. You're playing a game at that point with yourself.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Oh man, yeah.
So, are you going to be watching the fights tonight?
I don't really. I might. It just depends on what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah.
I used to be really into watching every single UFC fight.
Yeah.
Now I would rather watch the Street Beefs fights when they come out
Yeah.
because they're going to be uploading. We got. Have you been following the Rampage versus Menace Mike?
No. A lot of these fighters I don't know.
You know Rampage?
I do know Rampage.
Okay, so Menace Mike and Rampage. It's a beef match.
Okay.
Guys, yeah, they hate each other.
Hold on. So Menace Mike is the one that just uploaded a video a couple of days ago, right? Talking real crazy, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
And Rampage is always he's really vocal, and
Yeah.
he likes to put his image out there. And I mean, that's great because everybody knows who Rampage is.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know the whole situation behind it, so I don't want to comment on that. But I just know that it's going to be a good match.
Yeah. I'm watching a lot more fights that Scarface has been putting out. I love watching those fights, man.
Yeah.
I love them. I mean, even when they go the distance, you know, I love watching them. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, there's always people always have that. They always complain about how, oh well, he should have won this fight. The refs this, the refs that. Look, man, the refs are gonna be refs. You can't get around that. You can't beat the ref. Okay, you got to go in there and handle your business. If you feel like you're gonna get sandbagged, then go out there and perform a lot harder. That's all I can say. Yeah. You know, it's like that anywhere you go, man. You know, somebody's always gonna have favorites, so go in there and then dominate next time. Mm-hmm. You know, if you feel that way. But I love watching all the fights, dude. I love watching all the fights. When I seen Iraqi Assassin, because I thought he retired.
No, he's always been there. He does the Street Beefs GoPro channel, so he reports, but he trains all the time.
Yeah, I've always seen him training, always.
Yeah, but I don't know. He also didn't do MMA for a while. He did some boxing matches. I remember, I think he boxed El Diablo.
Yeah.
And a couple other people. But, yeah, I mean, he's always been there.
Okay. I was a big fan of Italian Tyson.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of him, and then I kind of started seeing he was a little wild. He started to get a little wild out there. And I was kind of like, you need a little more self-control. He could have been really, I thought he could have been really, I don't know what the issue was with him, but I liked how he went out there fighting.
Yeah, so that was one of the people that I met when I was in Virginia.
Okay.
I had a picture with him, and he seemed okay, but he really, from what I noticed later, he got a really big head on his shoulders about his ability, and he's winning matches, and
the ego factor.
Yeah, it was a big thing. So I don't know why, but he eventually went over to the other league. I'm not even going to give them any. Mention.
Yeah.
Went over to that league, and I mean, he was actually on his second chance anyway, because I saw him fight Leo. I was there for I think it was their second fight. First or second fight, I don't remember.
That's Leonidas, right?
Yeah, King Leo.
Leo, yeah, he's bad too. I like him.
Better too.
Yeah, a lot better.
No, I watched Italian Tyson now. He's always been pretty steady on his ability. You know, I don't feel like he's really gotten a whole lot better in his time that or maybe in the last few years. I don't think he's gotten. But I watched Leo.
Yeah.
Leo is just continuously getting better. Probably because in the corner.
Oh yeah.
And I think that if Leo and Italian Tyson fought today, it wouldn't even be close. Leo would destroy him.
Yeah. And you know, Leo, I've noticed that when he's fighting, he works on things that he needs to work on. Yeah. You know, like I noticed one fight he was having problems throwing like a left hook, but he kept working it though to get it better. And then like a couple fights later, that left hook is nasty. Like now it's growing. Now it's working. You know, so that's good. He's always willing to learn. But when you got guys who think they know it all, you know, or they're not willing. When you have people who's not willing to learn, man, it's hard to train those types, man. It's very difficult to train those types.
I tell people like it's like a glass of water, man. You know, your knowledge is the water, and if your glass is full, you can't fit any more water in there.
Yeah,
Oh, knowledge.
martial arts is like a kid. Well, martial it's like you start off as a kiddie pool, but you understand that the more you swim out, that shit's a fucking ocean. That shit is huge. Like the world of martial arts is huge, and there's always so much you can take in, man. Well, I know you gotta message me where the fights are gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want me to interview people too, I got a camera, I got a mic, I can do some interviews too, and I can give you guys the SD card. You guys can upload them however you want to do it, man.
I would love that. Yeah, you would, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and like I said, whenever since I heard that you guys opened up in Gig Harbor, I told my wife, I said, look, I had to really sit down with her.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I want to go fight again. She's like, we ain't fought like 6 or 7 years. Yeah. I said, but come on now. You know, we had that talk, and she said, well, if you get down to 205, maybe even 190, I'll let you go fight. First it was 190, but she said, if you at least get down to 205 and sustain it, because you can always cut away, but sustaining it can be hard. Right. And sustain it, I'm in there, man. I always like a good spar. Yeah. Yeah, all the time. I spar with these youngsters all the time. It's, like I said, it's always, you get a little bit in, and it's like, oh, well, what do I got to work on? We need to move this way. Got to do this different. It's sometimes I don't want to teach, man. I just want to go get in and get a good workout and just throw some hands. Yeah. Yeah. We have probably maybe once a week. Actually depends on factors like with my family and stuff. But I open up my scrapyard to people all the time, and like, hey, usually it's Sundays. I say, if you guys want to come down and we'll do some rounds and we'll do some workouts and we'll learn some stuff from each other. I've got guys that his name's Simo. He's one of our fighters, but I've been working with him quite a bit. He was coming down. He came down a few times. I got another guy that I think's going to be doing a boxing match. His name's Moses. And then another buddy named Neo they're going to be doing. But they've been working with me continuously now for a while. And it's open to people, and it's meant to give people an area to come out and play around a little bit and test out their skills. And, yeah. So I'm reading the comments here. You got somebody named, let me see, KSM37. Oh, geez. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, that's one of my kids, man, I used to teach, man. Oh, Jesus. I didn't know who this was. He said, hi, coach. I said, oh, okay. I used to train a lot of Indian kids, man. I used to train a lot of Indian kids, man. And and those parents, they used to tell me straight, treat him like he's one of your own children. I'm like, what? Like, huh? They're like, if you need to, whatever he needs to do, have him do it. I said, dude, they're really, really strict, man. And I see you, KSC. I see you, Carl Preet. I see you, baby. You know, it's one of the kids from basketball. Coach basketball, man. I'm always trying to do something, man. I hate standing around and just not doing nothing. You know, I'm trying to get my nephew back into it. I've been teaching, doing martial arts for so long, I can't even get my son to throw a good punch with me. He hates fighting, but he acts like he's super tough. You know, it's so weird because he's a huge kid, man. He's getting ready to graduate high school, and you know, I'm 5'6", man. You know, my kid is like 6'1". Wow. Yeah, me and my wife are short, and all my brothers and my sister are all tall. My kid's like 6'1", and he's about 6 foot 6'1". He's a huge teddy bear, man. But so it's like, you know, Dad, I can do this, I can do that. And my wife looks at him, and she's just like, she shakes her head like, you ain't got no idea. So it's fun. But I have a nephew who I trained at started him at 4. Yeah, I think I started him at 4. First kid I ever trained to see if my methods were different Taekwondo from other people. Yeah, and it works. But then again, I had to remember, okay, this is family. I can yell at family. I can make them cry and not care about them crying, but I'm trying to make them, I can explain them, trying to make them stronger. You can't do that to other people's kids. Right. You know, you can give them the skills, but you can't teach them confidence like that. Right. Yeah. So, but I'm really excited to come down there on the 29th. You know, I'm going to bring some gear just anyway. You know, in case somebody wants to use some gloves, in case somebody needs somebody to, I got mitts and stuff. If somebody wants to throw some hands on some mitts, always got gear in the bag ready to go, man.
And you could also do a grappling match if you just wanted to wanted to do something, or
Yeah.
that's another option. But
So do you always so are all your fights outside, or do you have any that are indoors?
any in the what?
Do
Sorry.
you have any fights that are indoors, or all your fights outside?
So we've only had one event so far.
Okay.
I guess I can give a quick history on our group.
Uh-huh.
And it happened when I came back from Virginia. I realized that they have nothing over on the West Coast
Yeah.
as far as backyard fighting goes.
Yeah.
So I came over and I put together my it was called Scrapyard Fighting, the Scrapyard. Put together that group on YouTube, or I'm sorry, Facebook, and put it together, and I started getting people to join and come out and train and that kind of stuff. And we ended up getting like 650 to 800 members, I think it was, of
Okay.
Mainly people in the Pacific Northwest. And then the whole COVID thing happened. I was off work for a couple weeks, and I go, you know what? I'm going to build a ring in my yard.
Yeah.
My wife loved the idea, by the way.
Yeah.
So I built this ring in my yard, and people started seeing it in my group, and they started adding their friends, and I got to like 850 members. And we had fight scheduled for July 25th. And a friend of mine got a hold of me and said, hey man, you should get a hold of Scarface. And I go, well, yeah, I didn't want to jeopardize my friendship or step on their toes in any way.
Yeah.
Because I respect what they've done, and I don't want to take anything away from them.
And I can see that too. I can see that I can see how it can be almost like borderline disrespectful, but you don't mean that though. You don't mean that. But Scarface is a good guy, man. I think he understood what you were trying to do. There's a lot of fighters in the Northwest, more than what people really think there are. There's a lot of guys out here fighting.
Yeah, people don't realize what Scarface does behind the scenes too to help people out, and he doesn't brag about this stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyway, about a week before my fights happened, I get on the phone. I called Scarface. Say, hey man, look, I would love to work together, and he thought it was a great idea.
Uh-huh.
And it went from there. And then he's like, this is how we'll work it. You can upload your fights to our channel, and you guys can use the Street Beefs name. You guys can be StreetBeefs Scrapyard. And it was like a dream come true, because I went from back in 2014, 15 when I started watching their stuff on YouTube
Uh-huh.
to now I'm going to be running my own branch of Street Beefs. And people just started pouring in, sunshine. Everybody started helping out. In the last 2 days, I've probably picked up 200 members in our Facebook group alone.
Yeah.
I started our own YouTube channel.
Yeah. Which,
is,
by the way, I have subscribed to, by the way. I
Thank
have
you.
subscribed to that, most definitely.
and we're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on that so that we can live stream our fights. And we're also going to be purchasing another camera so we can upload alternate angle footage and
Okay.
exclusive footage onto that Scrapyard Street Beefs YouTube page. We'll also be putting our interviews on there. We'll be putting sparring videos, some throwback stuff on there. So the channel's going to have a lot of content, and
Yeah.
I'm really urging people to get on there. It really helps us out.
Yeah. Yeah, the more you put on there, the more people will start catching it. Because when I started and I was trying to get like my first 1,000 subs, it was just every day. I was Monday through Sunday. I was uploading something. Because my wife kept saying, "Man, somebody's gonna catch one video that's gonna blow you up, or it's gonna make you just jump really fast." Because I do a lot of anime reactions too. Because so much anime I've never seen before. So people flood me with anime. People flood me with all these fighters. Like most of my subscribers are from like Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines and stuff. Yeah, they give me all these because I've never heard of most of these, especially kickboxing. A lot of Thai fighters I've never heard of.
You did a top 10 knockout video. That's, I think, your highest video.
Yeah, that's my highest video.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I went there and I read the comments. I'm like, I can't understand what anybody's saying.
Right? Right. And it constantly. And then these guys, they send me all these videos of these Thai fighters, and that's where I get most of my content from. I just get the recommendations, watch them, upload them, and they love it. And they like I got a lot of people on on my Facebook, they want to see they were ready for it because they know I've been doing fighting my whole life, man. And when I told them I'm doing this for Street Beefs, and I explained what Street Beefs was, I said, yeah, they got this branch in Gig Harbor, and I know a lot of fighters. They're like, well, they need mat time. They need the experience to fight with a lot of people before they go fight somewhere where they're uncomfortable. They need that, man. They need a way to. Plus, it's a good way to come and vent. It's a good way to come vent, get a good workout in, release some frustration. You ain't gotta go too hard. You know what I'm saying? Some guys want to go out there and bang. If you want to bang, I mean, that's the nature of fighting. But I think it's a good thing because as soon as I heard that you guys did something in Gig Harbor, I was on it immediately. Well, I was on. I seen it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Street Beefs had uploaded the new branch on over there. Gig Harbor, they have one in California now.
Yeah, that's StreetBeefs West Coast.
Yeah.
That's, Alex Chenard and Martin Rubio. Martin's the guy that does all the StreetBeefs T-shirts and stuff. But they're heading that one down in the Cali, Las Vegas area, and I think they have one coming up. Like, I don't know if it's this weekend. It might be next weekend. I have to check on it.
Because I always knew Scarface always said if you want to know about the fights, you had to join the Facebook group. So when I heard you guys were in Gig Harbor, I said, okay, let me join the group. And one of the admins on their group told me that you had you guys' own Facebook page. So I said, okay, cool. I got on you guys' group, and I'm like, all right, well, dude, you're in Gig Harbor. It's like, I'm in here. I'm in Renton, Washington. I'm like an hour away from you. And I'm like, well, let me see if this guy wants to go on here and do an interview with me, because this is what my podcast is about. I like to get fighters on here, talk about anything that's ass-whooping related, man. You know what I'm saying? And know what you guys are going through. So I appreciate you coming in and letting me get you on here and talking to you, man.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy to be here. This is my first podcast I've ever done. So
it's on. I believe. Hopefully she put it on you guys' Facebook. Hopefully she uploaded it to you guys' Facebook, man, and we'll get it. Is that kid out there? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
This microphone picks up everything, man.
Yeah, you probably heard my chicken like 100 times.
Yeah.
There it is.
Your microphone picks up everything. Okay, well, Steve, look, man, FireChicken, for you guys that are still watching, hold on, let me see how many guys we got on here. All right, for those of you that are still watching, this is FireChicken. I'm going to go ahead and get him out of here. He's probably got things to do. Sun's out. My wife is getting dressed up. She's trying to get me out the house, too. So,
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm a big anime fan too. I just want to know what some of your favorite anime shows are.
Okay. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fanatic.
That's my top one. So.
Yeah, I'm a straight. I have Dragon Ball every. If you can see.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Broly right here.
Yeah, see, it's. My room is like this. My room is like my sanctuary. It's where I do all my stuff, video game and everything. If you could see a 360 view, I got so much Dragon Ball shit in here. It's ridiculous. A lot of my wife, she likes Hunter X Hunter. It's pretty good. Me and her watch that. She's a huge Naruto fan. She loves Naruto. Naruto's good. What else is there that I like? My first anime movie that I ever watched was Ninja Scroll.
Okay.
Like, it's super old. The drawings nowadays are way different from what you were back then, but it was super old. It was a crazy anime, so I got into that. But I've been watching Dragon Ball, like, we've been watching that since we were kids, man. As Goku grew up, we grew up with him. It was so that and what else is there?
I'm into Bleach.
Bleach is. Have you finished Bleach?
No, because Netflix only has Bleach up to like episode 109.
Okay.
I don't know where to watch the rest of it, and I would rather watch it dubbed rather than subbed.
They have it on. I know Hulu has it.
Okay, Hulu.
Hulu has all the 500 episodes.
Oh,
but it's weird because like one season, like a half a season, will be in Japanese, and then it'll go, and then like the rest of it you can find in dubbed. And then there's Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's free. You can watch that free. It just has ads. Crunchyroll's free, but Bleach, phenomenal. That's great. Great anime.
My favorite so far. So
who?
Kenpachi.
Okay. Kenpachi Zaraki?
Huh?
With the eye patch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kenpachi Zaraki. That's my guy. Yeah.
And then My Hero Academia is one of my recent ones that I really got into. Have you seen that?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's
Love that show.
it. The thing with that is, everybody's saying it's the greatest anime of all time. Okay.
Really?
That's what a lot of people are saying. And I'm like, look, man, they haven't scratched 200 episodes. Okay, there's animes with 500-600 episodes. Okay, they have the potential to do a whole lot with My Hero, because because they're young. They can really take it to a totally different level with that. But as of right now, probably top 10, one of the best animes right now.
I agree.
Yeah. Then there's One Piece. I've never. The animation looks weird to me.
Yeah, it does.
It looks really weird, so I never really got into it. Attack on Titan's good though.
Is it?
Attack on Titan's really good. A lot of politics in that too, but a really good anime. When you the first 5 episodes are gonna have you hooked.
Really?
Yeah, first episode goes. It's from the first episode on. It's just really good anime.
Yeah. Oh, you got some stuff for me to check out now. So.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, I get a lot of recommendations for animes. I've got guys who basically made me like a 2-page list of things. And I'm like, dude, that's just too much. I can't watch all that,
Yeah, give me one,
Yeah, let me work on one. And I'm working on this one called Mob Psycho 100. That's really good. I'm on the 2nd season of that now. So, because I do security, so I got a lot of downtime at work. Cause I do graveyard, so like right now to me it's like maybe 3 o'clock in my head, it's 3 or 4 o'clock. So like I get home, eat breakfast, I've been taking shots and shit. I'm gonna probably pass out here in the next couple hours. My wife wants to do something, I don't know. She's wild, yeah. So I gotta gas up the car. Do the honey-do list is what they call it, right?
I got that too.
Yeah, get on the honey-do list before I can get some sleep. So any other questions for me?
Oh man, I think that's pretty much it. Who do you think? Well, I guess one would be. Who wins in a fight, Gogeta or Vegito?
Oh man, Gogeta. Just because he's a little more calm, he's more on the. Vegeto's more on that. Let's handle things. Let's get to it. Gogeta's a little smarter, and plus the fusion is a lot cleaner. They don't need the earrings. It's a lot cleaner, so it seems to me it's a more pure form,
Yeah.
But it'd be a great fight though.
It would be, but historically, I've seen Gogeta kind of handle his business a little bit quicker.
Yes. Yeah.
He doesn't have a good track record on finishing fights and that kind of stuff.
Well, it's Vegito. It's that saying in him. They want to keep fighting. This is exactly Vegeta. They want to see how strong they really are. But like Gogeta doesn't have time to play with you. Get him in, get him out. But yeah, Vegito, it's more. That's that saying in him. It's like we want to see. But okay, so out of all the Saiyan transformations, which one's your favorite?
I'm glad you asked this. My favorite Saiyan transformation is not the most powerful, but it is the most unique looking, and that is Super Saiyan 4. Yes, I know it's non-canon, but the look is just so much more than a palette swap.
Yeah.
And I think that if they redid GT with modern day animation, better music, and cleaning up the story a little bit, it could be one of the best, if not the best of all time. Baby was probably one of my favorite villains of all time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That is the first anime that my wife watched all the way through, beginning to end, was GT.
Mm-hmm.
That was the very first one. And dude, it made sense of the Super Saiyan 4 transformation.
Right.
It made sense. Like now it's like, oh, you got Super Saiyan Blue and you got this, and it's like, hold on. I got an anime fan on here. He said he thinks Vegito is stronger since they don't need match powers. Okay. So he said he thinks Vegito is stronger because they don't need to match power levels.
So that's true.
Uh-huh.
However, there's more to a fighter being effective rather than just their power level. Okay, so if you have a really cocky, arrogant fighter that has a high power level but might make a mistake, and that's where it came back to with Vegito having a bad track record.
Exactly.
Finishing fights. Gogeta might be the lesser powerful of the two because he's not matching, or he's having to match power with Goku and Vegeta having to match their strengths together.
Yeah.
And the Protara earrings is a multiplication fusion. So, yes, stronger, but I still think Gogeta comes out on top just because of his attitude on wanting to finish the fight. And this is my opinion,
Great.
you know?
That is good. No, it's a great answer. That's a great answer. That is a great answer.
I'm thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, that's a great answer. But I was saying, man, Super Saiyan 4, the transformation, it made sense in sequence of how things were going, how they were transforming. And plus with the fur, fur, come on, man. Come on. You can't get no better than that in a drawing.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with the red hair.
Yeah.
Dude.
When they were fighting Omega Shenron.
Have you seen Dragon Ball Heroes?
Yes.
Okay, so it gets a lot of hate, which I know because there's basically a horrific story and all this stuff. It's just, nothing just goes together. They're trying to spell Dragon Ball Heroes. But you get to see some pretty cool stuff in there. Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah.
You get to see that kind of stuff. Or you get to see Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, which has never happened before.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just neat to see the what if stuff.
Yeah. And the drawings are phenomenal, man.
Oh, yeah, good animation.
Yeah. I followed a guy called Monstar Media, and he made this thing called Anime War. Okay? And the anime was so good that they took his videos down.
What?
Yeah, the guy's got over 2 million subs, and he made I think he made 13 or 14 episodes. Mm-hmm. And the animation was so good. He was getting so much recognition from it that Toei Animation started taking the stuff down.
So he was doing Dragon Ball related stuff?
He was doing Dragon Ball related stuff, but the way he did, though, he had Dragon Ball, One Punch, Bleach, he had Naruto in there. He had it was crazy the way he put it together. It was super nuts. And they took it down.
There's got to be a way to find it, though. If you find me a link to any of that stuff. I love watching fan-made Dragon Ball stuff. I like watching.
I have the reaction on my YouTube channel, and then I'll find the link and I'll message that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll message it to you because it was too good of an animation, and you're like, what the? Because they had like these he did like these Omni God powers they would get where the hair would turn white. It was crazy. Yeah, but they took it down though. The story was so good. They just started taking them down.
You ever watch any of the what if stuff that fans make, like Smug Stick, or I think it's called Saiyan Salad? Those guys are making these what if scenarios on Dragon Ball. Like, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they're really good. They come up with a complete story on like what if Beerus would have woke up, during the Frieza saga, back then. It might be one thing that changes, but it affects, and they'll take it all the way up to like Moro or Broly. Like how it's changed throughout history. Like one was I listened to yesterday at work while I was working, and one was what if Trunks went too far back in time, and he showed up during Dragon Ball, and he raised Goku.
Ooh. And
it changes a ton of stuff.
Of course it would.
Yeah.
Of course it would. I mean, oh man, I don't think that would have been good though. I think Goku would have been I don't think Goku would have been as strong as he is if that happened.
Maybe try to find it, or I'll link it to you, and you can see what you think.
Yeah, please do. Okay, so who we got here?
Yeah, anybody got any questions?
Nope, I don't see anybody. The only one I seen on there was that Dragon Ball reference, and he said, yeah, that's fair. He said that's fair enough. Because I mean, you're absolutely right though. You're absolutely right. But your Super Saiyan 4 dude, that's my favorite transformation. As soon as you said it, man, that's my favorite transformation, dude. That's by far, I think that's one of the best transformations of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions you got for me?
I think that's it, man.
Well, just message me the time and where you're gonna have the fights at.
Yeah.
You know, the address and stuff. And I believe I hope these guys signed up. I think they signed up to go fight. I don't know. I'll know more later on today, because they're gonna come over to my house and watch these fights tonight. So,
personally message me if if they want to do it that way. But we have a couple posts in our group that they're kind of fighter signups, and it's just your name, your weight,
yeah,
and your just a couple different things.
Yeah,
but
your fight name and what do you want to? I think it's your fight name and what do you want to fight at?
And, the type of match that you want.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make sure they get it on there. That's what they told me, but I'll know for sure today when they come over to my house. I'm gonna watch these fights, so I'm gonna get some sleep and go get some. I gotta go fill my fridge up with beer for these guys, man. So, okay, well, man, FireChicken, Steve, I appreciate you having you on here. We're gonna keep talking. This ain't gonna be the first time we talk. It's not over. We're gonna keep talking. I'm gonna come down on the 29th. We're gonna meet face to face, shake some hands, man. Talk to these guys, get a schedule. Let's try. I want to work on getting a schedule for these guys and have these guys in here every Saturday.
Man, that'd be great.
You know, tell me what they think about their fights and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they can't do the Zoom, they can always. I got it set up so they can call in and talk on the phone too. And my co-host, they will be here next time.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a lot better when I got 2 or 3 other people talking, because there's always something that they want to say that I'm not thinking.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Steve. Well, man, you have a good one. Enjoy the weather, and I'll see you on the 29th, man.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
Later.
All right. Okay, guys, so there it is, man. That was FireChicken, and great stream, guys. Great stream. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna read these comments, man. Let's see here. Dreadlord, man, thank you for coming on the show. I love it when you guys come in and throw comments at me in here. I got I got Zay Fish. Love when you guys get in here. You guys are my guys, man. You guys are like my favorite people I ever see on here, man. So I really appreciate you guys coming in. Let's see here. I got the wifey in here. My wife, she's always making sure the stream's running great. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I know you guys left a message that said you didn't know I was married. Yeah, I've been married for 13 years, man. To the same woman for 13 years. And I haven't gone crazy yet, you know. Love her to death, man. Hey, man, thank you so much, Fish. Thank you so much, Fish. Love you too, man. Let's see here. Thank you for the Dragon Ball question, you know, or the comment you made on Dragon Ball. Loved it, man. Always loving some Dragon Ball stuff, man. We got, hold on, who is this? EK1 the Supreme. Appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Really appreciate it, man. How you doing? You know, thanks you guys for coming in. I really appreciate you guys being subscribed to the channel, man. If you can, I got more videos coming out this week. You know, I always say don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, get all the notifications, man. And you will see your boy. I'm trying to give you guys some free shit too. Okay, so you guys already know what you got to do to get some free shit. So get at me, leave me a message, go on there, and you can email me where you want your stuff to. You know, I got shirts, I got Funkos for people, man. Come and get your shit, okay? All right? That's all I'm going to say, man. You know, love you guys, man. Thank you so much for coming out here and checking your boy out for today's podcast. I won't be here next Saturday. Next Saturday, I got some stuff I got to do. We'll be here again the Saturday after. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Whoa. Not next Saturday, got things to do. The 29th, I'm going out there. Don't worry, I'm trying to record when I can and upload that too. Videos coming out all week, man. Over here. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Goku. Really appreciate you guys coming out, checking us out too. Y'all be good. It's sunny as hell out here in Washington State, man. It's almost like 80-some degrees. Tomorrow's going to be 98. I'm going to go out here, go wash my car, do some stuff with the woman today, and watch these fights tonight. So thank you guys for coming out, checking your boy out. I am out of here. Thank you. Thank you for telling me nice podcast. Peace, player.